Hello citizens of Tokusatsu Central, I am Jared Rand, and today we are going to be reviewing the BCR 08 Kamen Rider Build Rabbit Tank Sparkling. So, yeah, anytime there is a Rabbit Tank themed BCR figure, I will be reviewing it, or any one of Build's upgrade forms, I'll review the BCR figure of it. So, Rabbit Tank Sparkling was actually one of my favorite designs from the show, and still currently is, even with Hazard Build being released and me warming up to the design. I mean, I didn't like it at first, but then I just kind of grew into it because, you know, I saw the finer details, and yeah, we might as well just get into the actual review. And the only two things included in the set are the Rabbit Sparkling portion and the Tank Sparkling portion. So, we'll just take a quick look at the Rabbit Sparkling portion. Of course, basically the same as the Rabbit from the original Rabbit Tank figure, but this one has a lot more white accents on it, you know, sort of indicating an explosion of sorts of color, soda, energy, or anything you want it to be. On the belt, they actually remolded it to where it's not these two bottles anymore. It's now the Rabbit Tank Sparkling can. So, very nice. What I'm glad about is that they added in an extra spot of articulation. They added in a shoulder joint. And while, yes, the SH Figuarts Rabbit Tank Sparkling has been announced and shown, I'm still going to stick with this guy, because, yeah. As you can see, there's a lot more rigid detailing on here, with, of course, bubble effects, which are actually highlighted in white in the show, of course. And then, you know, the same spring that you saw on the original, but this time with a white sort of thing around the leg. Do the same sort of comparison for Tank right here, all in blue, with a portion of Rabbit right on there. This one has a collar on it, so it sort of completes the design. Mine's a little bit bent. Don't acknowledge that. Once again, the shoulder and all that shit. Same sort of thing as the other side. The Tank now has bullets coming out of it, which I find an amazing touch. And it still has the tank treads for legs. Bringing in the original Tank portion, once again, it's basically just the same thing, but with explosion and electronic sort of looks to it. So, yeah. We might as well just put these two suckers together. So, as usual, you just plop them together, just like that. And it's just as easy for this as it is to take it off. So, there we have Rabbit Tank Sparkling. Let me just get him into a decent enough pose. As you can see, he's basically just an explosion of color of red, blue, and white. Very patriotic. I'm happy for him. It's a very nice, happy form. Of course, now like this, the detailing for the head is a lot easier to notice. A lot better things on the head as well. The rabbit is angry, and I like that. So, yee. Basically, you know, the same sort of base design, but with all these new paint details revealed. And I think they work much better to this figure's advantage to any other sort of explosive-looking Kamen Rider suit. So, articulation, you have a swivel right here, a joint right there for the shoulder pad. Of course, you can move this up and down because there's actually a joint right there. It's not really a ball joint, it's just a swivel joint. Same thing right here, and an elbow joint. Fingers, of course, swivel right here, and the two-finger split sort of thing. We move down to the leg, have a swivel right here, a ball joint right here, sort of. This is the very complicated thing that they should just replace with a ball joint, but their ball joints for this line are very loose. Swivel here, of course, and I'm sorry, Jobby, I had to say it. I'm sorry, my boy. Bend at the knee, of course, and a ball joint at the foot proper. So, we might as well get into swapping this guy with some other pieces. Since I love this form, of course, we're going to be using Hog Gatling, because that's just how much of a hack I am. So, let's just take off these portions right here and split these two fuckers in half. So we'll take Rabbit Sparkling and place it right on there. And you sort of have a messed up cyborg look with this one. I kind of like it. Hey, I liked Rabbit Gatling in the show. I liked it quite a bit, in fact, to the point where I thought it could have been its own standard best match. It worked much better than Hot Gatling did. And any of the best matches, because none of them make sense. Get it? Ha! Okay, you were out of the way. Okay, now on to Hawk Tank Sparkling. Honestly, I like this more than Rabbit Sparkling Gatling. I don't know, man. Honestly, I like this more than the other one because the colors work a lot better in contrast with each other. Shit. Honestly, I still think they work better much. Or they look better a lot more here. Or fuck. Shit, wiener, dick. Trying to say was this combination looks a lot better than the previous one in terms of trial forms. But since these trial forms are impossible by the show standards, I mean, yeah. Catch my drift, don't you? Hot Gatling. It's about time you make like Ghost and disappear. Yee. So overall, the BCR08 Rabbit Tank Sparkling figure is your standard BCR toy, which isn't necessarily a bad figure in my opinion. It just fits into the normal lines of a BCR figure, and you know, you get what you get, and don't get upset. Honestly, it's more worth it to get a figure that has a functioning gimmick than to have a figure that's loose, floppy, and its weapons look like absolute crap. Soda line. Actually, this time you get more articulation thanks to the shoulder joints being as big as they are, and if they were molded in, the arms would barely be able to move. So thankfully, they did a lot better on this release than they did on anything else. So overall, I would recommend this figure if you are into collecting the BCR figure line. So, yeah. Like if you enjoyed the video that much, subscribe if you want to see more, and comment if you want to ask any questions about the actual toy. You can check out my Instagram, ran.jared, and of course, check out my other YouTube channel, Jared the Collector New. And I will see my fellow citizens of Tokusatsu Central next time when I review the Kamen Rider Build DX Hazard Trigger.